self, to be present in the body, not distracted, not flying around in the mind, daydreaming. When we're here and now, we are simply here and now. Aware of the body, aware of attention.
Okay.
That is the beginning place where real change can begin. These teachings are a form of
I am
very
doing
rigorous training,
here, folks,
not of the body,
is I'm going to film
but of consciousness,
me
of attention.
welding the new
And that
inner
training
rocker
has a single purpose:
onto the
to
C-20.
guide us out of suffering.
Now I've already cut it and fit it in, tack
And that
welded
training
it
has a
on the
single
bottom,
point of view, which is backed up
and I'm going to
by
weld this whole thing
experience,
in
that the cause of suffering is our own self.
on camera.
It is how we pay attention wrongly. What in Buddhism is called wrong view. It is, in other words, a state of avidya, which means ignorance. And this is at the root, the core, the heart of the wheel of samsara. Ignorance. A lack of knowledge. That is not book knowledge, but knowledge of oneself, knowledge of attention, knowledge of consciousness, knowledge of how consciousness functions in nature. So this teaching is a training for consciousness to gain knowledge, to learn about itself, how it should function, how it functions in harmony with nature, and how it can create suffering or liberation from suffering. What in Sanskrit is called nirvana. The word nirvana simply means cessation. It doesn't mean heaven. It doesn't mean a place. The word nirvana literally translates as cessation, ending. And it means the cessation of suffering, the cessation of pain. And that's what our ultimate goal is as religious people, whatever religion you follow. It is to escape pain, to experience joy that lasts, real joy, not just the joy of getting something that you want, a new toy, a new dress, but real joy, which doesn't need or want anything, but simply is happy. That is the joy of consciousness. So this training has many levels. This course that we're giving about death, the process of dying, and how to take advantage of dying, about death and dying, and about levels of training that one can receive when one approaches death. We won't have the opportunity in this particular course to deal with the more advanced topics, because to be honest, probably most of us couldn't take advantage of them. There's a lot of training to use the higher techniques. Any of us are capable of reaching that level, but it's very rare for any of us to have the willpower to do this. This is the difference. Any of us can, if we have the willpower. One of these techniques in the higher level is called transference of consciousness. It is a technique in which a person is trained and then in turn trains themselves how at the moment of death to consciously direct their mind stream out of the body and into a new body. This is extremely difficult, but it is possible. It has been done, and it can be done. But it requires a very rigorous lifetime of training, which, quite honestly, most of us simply don't have the willpower to do. What that technique illustrates is the potential that we have to manage life and death.
Try to bring this in a little closer.
That potential is there if we choose
to maybe get
Nonetheless, these
some
teachings,
close-up
even if we don't have the
shots
willpower
of doing this. I don't
Even if
know.
our sole intention
Yes,
as much suffering as we can.
I will be successful.
For example, at the moment of death,
I will try.
no one here really would want to go to hell. I know a lot of people love the concept of hell, and they talk about it, and they listen to music, and they claim to be black magicians or vampires, and they love what they call death music.
Yeah. This might work.
But the simple reality is, if they experience
for a couple
the reality
moments,
of hell, they will
I'm
not
actually doing what they call
As
stitch
great as our
welding,
suffering
which
can be in
is
the physical world,
a bunch of butt
it is
welds on
1,000
thin
times
sheet metal with a very hot torch,
in the suffering in the lower
spreading it out. So, you know, I don't get any heat or
And as
too
we
much
explained in
warping
previous lectures,
in this metal. So
hell exists.
let me just go ahead and do it.
We go to one of the depending on the conditioning
Yeah, I'm getting the keyhole,
into the content
and I just let it cool just a little bit,
we deserve.
and then hammer it with
Created a lifetime
some more heat.
of suffering for ourselves and others,
And it's borderline,
so that hell can purify us of that.
borderline
That's all it is.
disaster,
Cycling.
meaning burning right through,
Cleanse the bullets and stakes and give it
making a big hole.
centuries
We've
of
all
thousands
seen
of
those
years.
type of welders. I know I've seen their work like that, but
We all want to escape that.
I don't do that.
By application of this science, even if we can't reach the higher level of thinking,
I run really, really hot
apply ethics
torches,
to change for the better, to not be a bad person,
so it's
to
borderline,
abandon selfishness, to learn to pay attention,
borderline disaster.
to stop
That's
committing
what I do.
crimes, whether in the mind or in the body.
So
Those simple actions, renouncing selfish, harmful behavior, changes the trajectory of our evolutionary development. It might be enough to give us a chance to keep working. It depends on our karma. It depends on.
I'm actually in a pretty good position here to
So
do a
we
little
give
bit of
this
welding, and
training
then I'll show
for a
you.
broad spectrum of people. Some are not. Some simply by trying to change their behavior for the better.
But
And gradually
everything I'm
and
doing
slowly
here
change
is
the
cognizant of the
trajectory.
camera, so I can get a good
Avoid some
shot.
day by day moment. And to be honest, this is the case for most people.
Now I just bent this over a little bit to
Most
push the
people
weld
don't have
along.
strong will and the circumstances of life to become a very advanced practitioner. To simplify, it's rare
Now I'm using
that a person has so much willpower,
.035 wire.
so sick of suffering, that they renounce TV, they renounce movies, they renounce drinking and smoking,
I have .23, but
and they give up all harmful behavior in order to dedicate
I don't know, I
themselves
kind of used to the
every day
35.
exclusively to transform their mind. If you're that kind of person, then you can learn the entire technique. Chances are you have that type of daily, intense.
See, and I jump
spiritual
around.
rhythm.
Like I do up there, come back,
You will learn it.
go up there, come back.
But the simple fact is, most of us are not that intense.
Whew.
Most of us do
A
what
little
we
bit
can.
more up here.
We're so afflicted with hypnosis of life, so deluded by the comfort of life, so entranced by pleasure, that it's very difficult for us to even meditate for a few moments, to even pay attention for a few moments. Sometimes true. So for these levels of practitioners, there are techniques provided. Like most of us who are beginners, who don't have a lot of willpower, who are very distracted,
Okay.
have a very hard time staying focused on our spiritual effort.
Let's see how
The practice that we need most,
this
the
came
work that
out.
we need most is with ethics. To change our behaviors for the better. To do good, help others. This is complemented by a constant
Dress those down a little bit and we'll be good to go. Notice how the quality stampings match up.
Cognizant that we will die.
You know, the embossed area here matches the embossed area there.
This cognizance, this persistent awareness that the body that we're in right now
So I'll dress these
will
down
die.
now.
As much as we pamper it,
Weld those in.
as much as we
These were the holes where where I put the screws in. The original panel laid it in. So
at a given moment,
it's all a process, folks.
it will become that thing that we hate so much.
It's all fun.
Called
It's great work. It's not easy to do sheet metal welding.
An object of revulsion to everyone.
I can do it
As
because
much as we
I
love this body and love
do it
for
all the
someone to
time.
come and
So,
touch it and stroke
but
it.
a lot of people can't.
Some moment soon,
I've had a lot of people come in
it will
here
become an
and
object that no one will want to touch.
I want them to do that kind of work, but they
It will become
can't.
corpse.
Peace. Be good. Choose.
Disgusting to us.